When Heaven is Silent, the story of Job and unshakable faith. Intro, the blessed man. There was once a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, righteous, humble, blessed beyond measure. He had everything a man could dream of, flocks that covered the fields, servants that filled his household, and children that filled his heart with joy. Job feared God, and because of that, peace rested on his home. He was the kind of man who would pray for his children every morning, not because they sinned, but because he loved them that much. Life was perfect, until the heavens allowed a test that would shake the world. The heavenly challenge. Far beyond the clouds, in the courts of heaven, a conversation took place. The adversary, Satan, stood before God and said, "Does Job serve you for nothing? You've surrounded him with blessings. Remove them, and he will curse you to your face." God looked upon his servant Job and replied, "Everything he has is in your power, but do not lay a finger on his life." And with that permission, the storm of Job's life began. The day everything fell apart. One ordinary afternoon, Job's peace shattered. Messengers came running, one after another, breathless, terrified. "Your oxen were stolen, your servants slain, your children." A great wind collapsed the house. None survived. In a single day, Job lost everything. He tore his robe, shaved his head, and fell to the ground. But instead of cursing God, Job whispered, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Faith spoke louder than pain. The second wave, his body and soul. But the test was not over. Satan struck Job's body with painful boils from head to toe. His skin burned, his friends avoided him, and even his wife broke under pressure. She said, "Curse God and die." But Job replied, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" His friends came to comfort him, but instead accused him. They said, "You must have sinned. God doesn't punish the innocent." Job's tears fell to the ground. He looked up and said, "Even if he slays me, yet will I trust him." That line became the heartbeat of faith for centuries to come. The silence of heaven days turned to nights. Nights turned to silence. Heaven was quiet. No answers came. Job sat on ashes, scraping his sores, wondering, "Why me?" But still, he didn't let go of God. He said, "I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth." Even in silence, Job believed God was working behind the scenes. The divine response. Then, out of the whirlwind, God finally spoke. But he didn't explain, he revealed. Greater than, "Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth? Can you command the morning or loosen the stars from their place?" God wasn't scolding Job. He was showing him that sometimes we don't need answers, we need perspective. In that moment, Job understood faith is not built by knowing why, but by trusting who. The restoration. When Job repented of doubt and prayed for his friends, the clouds broke. God restored him, not just what he lost, but double. His flocks multiplied, his children returned, and his heart, once crushed, became living proof that storms don't last forever. The moral lessons for voiceover close-up 1. Faith is proven, not spoken. Anyone can worship when life is easy. True believers stand when life collapses. 2. Heaven's silence is not heaven's absence. When God seems quiet, he's still writing your comeback story. 3. Pain is temporary, purpose is eternal. Job's suffering wasn't punishment, it was preparation. 4. Pray for others, even in your pain. Job's turning point came when he prayed for those who misunderstood him. 5. Never let your losses define your loyalty. What leaves your hand doesn't compare to what God can place back in your life. Job's story isn't just old scripture, it's your reminder that faith still works, even when life feels unfair. So when the storms rise, when you feel forgotten, remember, heaven's silence is never absence. Your comeback might just be loading. If this story strengthened your faith, don't scroll away yet, hit subscribe right now. Join a family of believers and dreamers who turn pain into purpose every single week. We've got more stories that lift, heal, and remind you that God still writes the best endings.